Hey guys, it's April from Good Books and Good Wine, ready for another Stacking the Shelves book haul. This is going to take a long time, bear with me. This is the week that my mailbox exploded. I want to put the disclaimer out there right now. These results are not typical of a mail week for me. Usually my mail is quiet and I don't typically get this many books in the mail. So keep that in mind as you watch this. First up in my mail is The Marriage Pact by Linda Lale Miller. This is a book set in the West. I guess it's a romance. It's about this girl who was going down the aisle at 18. This guy interrupted her marriage, and now I don't even know, but I guess this is a new series and I'm looking forward to checking it out. I have not read anything by this author. Sometimes I really like romance novels and I'm willing to give her a shot. Let's see how good it is. From HarperCollins came Seven Wonders, the The Orphan, two original novellas. I've never read this series. I like the covers for it and it sounds really cool, like the concept that it's based on. So we'll see. Also, it's like wicked short, this book. Like, I could probably get through this series pretty quickly. Speaking of those Seven Wonders, I also got The Tomb of Shadows by Peter Larangis. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. None of you really probably care about that either. But this cover looks good. I have the first two books in this series, so I should probably get to them pretty soon, right? However, it is my experience that whenever I say, oh, I should get to this book real soon, I never get to it. So, meh. Someday. This next finished copy has me super excited. It was on a list of books to look out for, I think posted by Entertainment Weekly, and that is Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. I don't know about you guys, but I really like that cover. Like, it's not embarrassing. It's something that I could totally read out in public. It's not like some giant head and a pretty dress. So, also, the book sounds really good. It's been pitched as a mix between Rainbow Rowell and John Green and somebody else. Actually, it's been pitched as a mix between Rainbow Rowell's Eleanor and Park and R.J. Palacios' Wonder. It's basically about two teenagers who are differently abled who seem to fall in love. I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard good things and I guess it's pretty literary and I like literary books. Also from Harper, I feel like I got their entire catalog, and you'll see this as I go through. Okay, so first up is Rites of Passage by Joy N. Hensley. This is about a girl who goes to like military school, I think, and it's being compared to Trish Stoller and Simone Alcalaz, so that means that it's going to be steamy and awesome with fantastic characters, and I can't wait. And I really, really like the cover. Like, now that I look at it, I like the pink font. I'm kind of a magpie like that, though. Also from Harper, I got Blackbird by Anna Carey. This is a wicked short book. It's only 249 pages. It's about this girl who wakes up in Los Angeles and she's on the run with long black hair and a tattoo, and that's all she knows. Next up from Harper, Echoes of Us by Kat Zhang. This is the third book in her Hybrid Chronicles trilogy. I think that's what it's called. Yes, the Hybrid Chronicles. I haven't read any of the books in this trilogy. Maybe I'll have to marathon them all at once. What do you guys think? Should I marathon them? Have you read them? Like, do you like these books? Are they good? Would I like them? Let me know down in the comments. I'm so excited about this book, Illusions of Fate by Kiersten White. I am such a Kiersten White fangirl. I have read every single book that she has written thus far, except for that one that she's releasing through Scholastic, but I actually have that sitting on my computer from NetGalley. So in reality, I will have read every single one of her books by the time I get to Illusions of Fate. And if you look at that cover, like, look at how cool it is. Like, there's this woman drinking a teacup and there's birds like fluttering out of the teacup, like the teacup has come to life. It sounds really good. And the back cover describes it as Downton Abbey meets Cassandra Clare, and that's awesome. I love Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey is so cool. Another book that I got that came in my mail from Harper that I am pumped about is The Perilous Sea by Sherry Thomas. It is the sequel to The Burning Sky, which I really loved. The Burning Sky is like this high fantasy book about this girl named Iolanthe who is on the run, and she's dressed up as a boy at Eton, and she's hiding with this guy named, what's his name? Titus. I keep forgetting that. And they're on the run and lots of exciting things happen, and this is the sequel, and I can't wait to see what happens next, and I am so excited about The Perilous Sea. Like, I freaked out when that came in the mail. Get Even by Gretchen McNeil, and it says don't get mad, which I love that. I love that as a tagline. And this is like all about revenge, and it is the first in a series from McNeil. Her first series, actually, I think, because her other books are all standalone. So it'll be interesting to see what she does with something that's not standalone. I also got Deliverance by C.J. Redwine. It is the third and last book in the Defiance trilogy. I've only read Defiance, which I really, really liked, and I think I need to read the second book and the third one and actually finish a series for once, which is awesome. Feral by Holly Schneider. This is about The Lovely Bones meets Black Swan, and it's a psychological thriller with twists and turns. I like twists and turns and thrillers. Reboot by Amy Tintera. I've already read this. I actually really liked it. It was a quick read, so cool. I also have like a hardcover copy of this someplace on my shelves. So I think what that means is either I will be giving this to my co-bloggers or I will be giving it away. I got a hardcover of Rebel by Amy Tintera, and I'm trying to hold this so that it doesn't reflect everything, but obviously that's not working very well. So yay, hardcover. From Macmillan, I got a copy of Secret by Lindsay Smith, and on the cover it says an empty mind is a safe mind, and I really enjoyed this book. So I'm really glad that I have a finished copy for my shelves because this book was awesome. I got Anatomy of a Misfit by Andrea Porter. This is a contemporary book about a girl who is a freak and a nerd, and they fall for each other, I guess. I don't know. I haven't actually heard of this one before it came in the mail, but it looks like it's a contemp, and I like contemps. I'm whipping my way through them lately, so yeah, we'll see. The Dolls by Kiki Sullivan. Those shoes are totally badass, and I guess this is like a Southern Gothic book. Yeah, so we'll see. We shall see. This one I'm so excited about, and that is The Jewel by Amy Ewing. I know that this is about a girl, obviously. Yeah. Okay, so allegedly it is The Selection meets The Handmaid's Tale, and it's a debut, and the tagline says, "The power to choose comes with a price." Yeah. That sounds awesome, right? Don't Touch by Rachel M. Wilson. This is about... Okay, so this debut is being compared to Laurie House Anderson's writing. It says that it's perfect for fans of Laurie House Anderson, so yes, I shall be whipping my way through this book like tomorrow. Falling Into Place by Amy Zhang. I really love the cover. This is about a girl who tries to die. Like, she tries to run her Mercedes off the road. And I guess that this book will appeal to fans of Lauren Oliver, Gail Foreman, and Jay Asher. So that means it's probably going to be super serious and super heavy. And I can't wait to give it a shot. Next up is Kiss of Broken Glass by Madeline Kudarik. This book, I just flipped open through it right now and discovered that it is a free verse book, and it's about a girl who cuts herself, and she is dealing with rejection, and she is looking for hope. This sounds really serious, and I'm really a big fan of free verse books, especially like the ones that deal with heavier issues, so I can't wait to give this a shot. The Far Dawn by Kevin Emerson. This is the third book in his Atlanteans series. I read the first book and I didn't love it, but then I read his new like contemporary book Exile, which is really good. I really liked Exile, so that's kind of making me reconsider my feelings about his books and making me think about actually giving this series, The Atlanteans, another shot. Sanctum by Madeline Rue. I don't know if I'm going to read this because I didn't really love Asylum. Like, I thought Asylum was a ripoff of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I didn't think it was as good as that book, but maybe this one's going to be better. We'll see. Undad with Benefits by Jeff Hart. This is the sequel to Eat Brains Love. I love the cover for it. It's so creative, and it makes me really hungry like looking at it because it's fries and ketchup and black licorice, and I'm really hungry right now. So pretty weird that a book cover can make me like starving. Don't Let Go by Michelle Gagnon, and I think this is the finale to her Don't Turn Around trilogy, and I read the first two books, and I'm not like 100% in love with them, but I think they're really good reads. Like if you want something thrilling and fast and, with a snappy, interesting plot. So, hey, let's finish up that series. I feel like this is my year of finishing series, which is really cool. And I also got Positive by Paige Rawl with Ellie Benjamin. It's a memoir, and it's about a woman who is HIV positive. And yeah, I guess I don't even know, like she was born with HIV, and it sounds really sad, but then it also sounds good. And sometimes I like memoirs. Although when I read memoirs, typically they're celebrity memoirs and typically they are audiobooks. So let's see how I do with a memoir about somebody who is not a celebrity and reading something that is not an audiobook. I still have like another pile that I need to get through, you guys. Seriously though, this week I received more books than I typically get in like 2 months combined. So please remember that as you're watching this and probably judging me silently from your computers. From Penguin, I got a copy of Brazen by Catherine Longshore. It is the third in her Tudors series. I'm not sure like what the official name for that series is, but I love it. If you haven't read Guilt yet, or what was the other one called? My brain is broken, guys. Okay, Tarnish. That's what it's called. If you haven't read Guilt or Tarnish yet, like you're seriously missing out. These books are so good. They're so well written. The characters are amazing. Like, I really, really love the way that Longshore brings history to life. And I think that you should give her books a shot and definitely read Guilt and Tarnish while you wait for Brazen. And I am going to read the hell out of Brazen. Like, I cannot wait. I just have to get through my books by BEA pile. From St. Martin's Press, and I think Matali sent this. Matali's really awesome. She used to blog at Alley of Books, and now she's like a publishing person. What? I got a copy of Push Girl by Chelsea Hall and Jessica Love, and I guess this is about, I don't even know, but it's been blurbed by Jennifer Brown, as well as, I saw, Deb Coletti and Laura Weiss. And, okay, so it's about how life can change in an instant, and it's about a girl who has a spinal cord injury after, like, a car accident, and so she's relegated to a wheelchair. And I think that's really cool that, like, this book is hopefully going to show that just because you end up, maybe differently abled. I like that this book shows that if you become differently abled, by some circumstances in life, it shows that your life's not immediately over when something like that happens. And I think that's really cool to get out there. And I think we all have a lot of stupid misconceptions about people who, might be differently abled. And I think that it's good to raise awareness of that. And, privilege and all of that. I got a copy of Alien in My Pocket, Radioactive by Nate Ball, illustrated by Mackie Pamantuan, and it has a do-it-yourself science experiment included. Other than that, this is like third in a series, and I don't know. It might be more appropriate for the kids that come into my office than for Good Books and Good Wine. I also got a copy of Nancy Clancy, Secret of the Silver Key, written by Jane O'Connor. And that's all I really know about this. It's part of a chapter book series. And again, I think that it might be more appropriate for some children that come into my office. So I might just give it away to a random kid like I did the other day. I just, sometimes the kids come in and I'm like, hey, you want to pick out a book to take home with you? And they do. So that's kind of nice because when you come into my office, it's not always for happy, upbeat things. I'm a victim advocate, so usually people come in when they've experienced something really traumatic and want to reach out for help, and I connect them with resources to get that help. So yeah, it's kind of nice to send kids home with books. I got a copy of Tease by Amanda Maciel. I know that this is about bullying. I think it's about the bully. I absolutely love the cover. It's really reflective and shiny. It's the type of book that when I was a teenager, I would have immediately borrowed from the library because I was exactly the same as a teen as I am now, in that I was attracted to shiny, bright things. And I still am attracted to shiny, bright things. Great by Sarah Benincasa. I guess this is like a LGBT retelling of The Great Gatsby. I'm really looking forward to it, and I love that makeup on there. Look at her eyes and her lips, and come on, doesn't that look a little bit similar? Ooh. Or maybe if I go like that. I don't know how people do it. I'm just a little too weird to, cover my face with a book cover. The Luck Uglies by Paul Durham. This is like a middle grade fantasy, and I love that. And it's been blurbed by authors that I already am a fan of. So Christopher Healy, the author of the Hero's Guide trilogy, blurbed it, as well as Jonathan Auxier, and he wrote Peter Nimble and His Fantastic Eyes, which is one of my top 5 middle grade books ever. I love that book. So good. Saving Lucas Biggs by Marissa D. Los Santos and David Teague, and this is another middle grade book, and I just love the cover. Look at the details with it. Oh, and I just noticed there's a clock in the tree, and that looks like a gavel of justice on the other side. That's really cool. This is a gorgeous cover. Well done, cover gods. Well done. Big Nate, Mr. Popularity by Lincoln Pierce, and this is a comic book, so even though I haven't read any of the Big Nate books, the fact that this is a comic book guarantees that I will pick it up and read it and then probably donate it off to another kid in my office. Stick Dog Wants a Hot Dog by Tom Watson, and the tagline says, another really good story with kind of bad drawings. That's awesome. It looks like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid type book, but with dogs. And I love dogs. So, and I have the first book. I'm going to read these. I don't care what you guys say. I'm reading them because dogs are awesome and Diary of a Wimpy Kid is awesome. Whatever. And I got a second copy of The Tomb of Shadows by Peter Larangis, the third Seven Wonders books. So, yay, second copy. We'll see what I do with this copy. I'm really lazy about doing giveaways, you guys. I always promise that I'll do them, and then I never get to them because I'm lazy about doing them. I got a finished copy of The Hero's Guide to Being an Outlaw by Christopher Healy, which means now I have an arc to get rid of because I received an arc of this beforehand. I love the first 2 books in this series. I can't wait to see how it concludes. I'm excited that I got a finished copy, but you know what this finished copy means, don't you? It means that I have to buy the other 2 books as finished copies so that they can live on my shelves together in harmony and happiness. But that also means I have to get rid of a couple books too before I do that, because right now I don't really have the space for that. As you can see behind me, I got stacks on stacks on stacks. Dreamer, Wisher, Liar by Charisse Miracle Harbor. I love this cover. I love that it's so soothing. Um, it says on the back that sometimes the best surprises are the ones that were there all along. This is a story about friendship, magic, and a summer that changed everything. That sounds really good. It sounds like a good middle grade book that you can just curl up with on the beach or at the park and just read through. The One by Kira Kaz. So pumped. Even though I've only read the selection, and I know like technically I'm not supposed to like that because of all the drama that went down, but I liked the selection. I'm sorry, shoot me. That was a guilty pleasure. Like, I love reality type TV. I like books where they take on concepts similar to reality TV, so I'm excited for this. And I still have to read The Elite, but I have a feeling that once I get to it, I'll whip through it in like a day. I got another copy of Salvage by Alexandra Duncan, and I do plan on getting to this after BA. And speaking of other copies, I also got another copy of Rebel by Amy Tintera, and another copy of Prisoner of Night and Fog by Anne Blankman. And I think the fact that I've gotten like 3 copies of this means that I need to read it soon. Like, I can feel the pressure. Also, the fact that it sounds really good because it's historical fiction, and historical fiction is kind of my jam. It's kind of my thing. And also another finished copy of The Taking by Kimberly Durting, which I'm also looking forward to picking up. And finally, yesterday, Tony brought home this package from the post office for me because, you know, we get our packages at the post office and then also at our house. Like, we have a P.O. box and then UPS delivers to our house. Not that you guys need to know that. But anyways, Tony comes home with this package and I rip it open and I immediately yell, "Bees!" because I just do. I'm weird like that. Anyways, so from HarperCollins, their adult division, they sent me a copy of The Bees by Laline Paul. And I guess this is a book from the point of view of a bee. It sounds really interesting, actually. And I love the cover. Like, it's raised and it's bright, and the font or the typography is very like bold and in your face. And I'm really into that. And the back of it says, "Accept, obey, serve." And then along with the bees came this little jar of honey that says, "Accept, obey, serve." And you guys, like a total idiot, I thought that this jar of honey was like soap at first. And then Tone's like, "Why would they send you soap with a book about bees? That's honey, dear. That's honey." And so, yeah, I'm going to have to like put this on bread or something. Like, what do you even use honey for? I don't know. Okay, so that is my haul. Excuse me, I have to go put all these books in their proper places, I guess. I'm really tired after filming all of this. Wow. What did you get in your mailbox? Let me know down in the comments. And what do you think I should read next from this haul? I would love to hear your opinions.